Can you still hear me, Helene?
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, cool. Just 1 second. It's loading.
Okay. Well, there you go. You're live.
Okay, awesome.
We don't have any feedback.
No feedback. Okay, here we go. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Brian Parker. Sorry about the delay. We've had some technical difficulties. Welcome to Saturday Art Live. I'm the program manager for the Rolling Res Arts mobile unit. I'm actually broadcasting live today for the first time inside the Rolling Res. As you can see, that's probably why we're having a little bit of technical difficulty, because I'm out here in red shirt, but I'm confident that things will roll on as scheduled. So like I said, my name is Brian Parker, and I manage the Rolling Res Arts program, which is a program of First Peoples Fund. And First Peoples Fund is a Native nonprofit organization, and we specialize in supporting Native artists and culture bearers from around the country. So tonight we have two very special guests, but the one right now who I'm going to be handing it over to, her name is Helene Gaddy. And Helene, if you'd like to take over, introduce yourself, go for it. Welcome.
I'm Betty Washday.
Can you hear me?
Washday.
Oh, I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
What is going on?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm Betty Washday. Wanafta Washdewi, Imachiapi, Washitu Traje Helene Gaddy, Oglala Lakota Nation and Mataham, Shungnuni Elwati. Good day, everybody. My name is Helene Gaddy, and I come from the Oglala Lakota Nation, and I live in the community of near Lost Dog on the northeast side of the Pine Ridge Reservation. And today I'm going to show you how to make applique for your regalia, your dance regalia. Thank you for joining, and I'm just gonna start. So if you have any questions, I guess you can, it'll come out and Brian will, ask me as we go. And I'm gonna see if you can bring up the other camera. I'm gonna start out on the ironing board. First of all, what we're gonna make is an outfit, kind of. I'm gonna show you how to put these designs onto an outfit. So I don't turn too far away. This was made with applique, and then you stitch down everything, and there's a process so that you can learn. What I'm gonna show you is how to do this yourself with your sewing machine, that you have. Any sewing machine can do this as long as they have a cross stitch or a zigzag stitch. You can make yourself really nice regalia like this, and this is just one of the few projects. This is what I like to do in my pastime. Not my pastime, I love to do it actually. So the first step is getting all of your materials together. And so I have this other camera that's following me. These are the patterns. I use good old-fashioned newspapers. You can, and this is the stuff that makes it happen. It's called heat bond. You can buy it in a bulk. It's feather light, and then they have light. These are the stuff that keeps your applique together. And then you have your patterns. I'm gonna come over here to the ironing board and show you how to cut the patterns and how to, if I can get this to stay right, trace them. Okay, so this is one pattern that I did, this one right here. If you look, it's just a piece of paper that I cut in half, So I'm gonna take a piece of paper, make sure you have different kinds of scissors. I have my material scissors and my paper scissors. Never use your paper scissors, your material scissors on paper. So you always wanna have two types of scissors and have them, you know, labeled if you have to. And then you would have any kind of scratch paper. This is where you reduce, reuse, recycle. So this is just a piece of paper of something that I didn't need. And say I'm gonna make a design. This is where I would, just like how you would make a snowflake, has to be symmetrical, where we say symmetrical is equal on both sides, on all four sides or both sides. And we want to have, this is part of a flower. So we want something that goes with this. We really want a geometric design. So you would take your paper scissors and you could draw these. I'm going to go underneath here and I have rulers. Different types of rulers are good. Also, you have your regular ruler you would need. You know, this square, this is really good. You use that a lot. You also use your yardstick if you have to draw larger, trace larger things. And let me get a pen. So I want to make a geometric design. Something like, before you start your design, you'd want to, you know, visualize it, draw a picture of what you're going to cut out. So say I want my design to look like this.
Hey, Helene.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm getting that we can only see one of the cameras from you. Yeah, I can only see the camera that's on you right now. I can't see the other one that you're showing the work with.
Let me try this. I think it's. Let me mute this.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see this one now?
Yes, there we go.
Okay, so I can't hear you right now. I think what it does is it goes to the camera that's talking.
Right.
So say that our design, you're gonna sketch out something. It's not, when you get into it, people will get like really fancy. And let's say we want another design in here and something in here. And we're gonna make these different colors: red, black, yellow. Those are our base colors. So this is gonna be the outside color. What I'm gonna do is just basically draw. After you do this forever and ever, you get used to, you know, like how to measure it, how to cut it out, how to measure it, where everything will go. So, and then it gets pretty simple. I mean, you know, you get creative. Personally, these straight designs for me are still not something that I typically work with. I usually go freehand and cut. So I take my paper scissors. Remember, this is folded in 4, and I'm gonna cut out like this. And you're gonna cut your pattern out and say it doesn't go all the way. And see, you have the ability to change your pattern however you see fit. If you don't like it, you can always, well, this is too wide. I think this might be too wide. So I'm gonna take this off and maybe shorten it down a little. And you get to do this. This is your artwork. Design it the way that you want it and how it comes out in the end. So now we have a cool pattern to play with. The next thing you do is you take your heat bond. This is the heat bond that I had from the roll. And this is actually one I kept my little nephew, my takoja. He calls me auntie, but he's my takoja. He wants horses on his outfit. And so he traced out his own horses. And then he kept this, and I was gonna iron it and sew it, but he wants to learn how to iron and sew it. So I'm showing it to you where he used his pattern and he traced it down, and then he traced the horse down. Once you do this, you have another, it looks, after you get it ironed down onto your pattern, you'll have the set where it'll be like this. You have this and you have the material. Say here's another material that's already cut out. What you're going to do is you're going to iron this piece on. So that's what I'm going to show you next. And let me see if I could bring this up a little higher. It's kind of bumpy. I hope it doesn't move too far back from you. And I'm just going to switch over cameras really quick. So you can see this. I'm going to bring this down so you can see what I'm doing here. I don't know if you can see that a little bit better, maybe. So I'll get the heat bond. You have your piece of heat bond, and they sell this in rolls. You can get it at Walmart. You can get it at the sewing center, different places. It's called heat bond. And see, it has this sticky piece on the side of it. And then it has this kind of paper side. You're going to trace your pattern onto the paper side of it. So we're gonna get our pen. I always like to use a pen or a marker. You can use a pencil too, but I like to use the pen. And then, well, you get you could do this on the table, and then you trace it. Trace your design. Once you trace your designs, try to go as far as you can to the edge. So say if you're gonna make a shawl and you have to count out how many designs you're gonna make. So if you have you have to make like 8 of these, you know, be kind of conscious of your heat bond and your supplies because they're hard to come by. And you wanna always use, you know, take into consideration the usage and how much you can get out of it, and be you know, be a saver. I like to save things, and I save every scrap. If you ever come visit me, I have boxes or totes, plastic totes of scraps, and I use them for different patterns. Nothing ever goes to waste. So that's an example of how you you will trace that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do this one little one and show you how to iron it onto the material. This is how he got these patterns. Once you iron it onto the material, and you know, whenever your craft room, everything will fall to the floor, that's okay. That's fine if it falls to your floor. Let it fall, because you're gonna pick it up and reuse it on another, you're gonna be reusing it on another activity somewhere, another project, another outfit. And I'm working with this color, so I'm gonna go ahead and make it. I got some yellow here. See, this is what I'm talking about. Nothing, this is from another project. You have your iron, get a good iron. when you get into making applique, you're gonna know that your iron, you're gonna know your iron inside and out. You're gonna know all the settings, how far you can push your iron, and so invest in a good iron. So what you're gonna do is you're not going to sew on, you're not gonna iron on the shiny part. There's two parts of material, the back side and the shiny side. We're gonna iron this whole thing out because it's wrinkly. You get your iron nice, and it's pretty warm out here in South Dakota. I don't know. I can't see who's watching or where you're watching from, but I'm here and there's no wind anymore. Clouds are coming around, so I imagine this evening it's gonna rain, maybe, who knows. But it's pretty warm out here now in the evening time, even in this late evening. So we have the shiny side, we have this side. So if you're sewing in the summertime, you're gonna find it easier to sew before the sun comes up, or right when the sun comes up, and end before the sun is high in the sky, or you would start sewing late. And for us powwow seamstresses that sew outfits, we're gonna get inspired after we get our outfit together, and then we're gonna start sewing as soon as the sun starts going down the day before grand entry. And you're gonna finish that outfit when the sun comes up. Just because that's how you do it. Your creativity will kick in and you're gonna add and add. So this is the sticky side. Here's the side that we trace. This is the satin side. This is the side that we iron it on, the non-satin side. We're gonna put this down and then we're gonna iron it onto our material. I'm going to put my little camera down. You can see that. Then after it cools a little bit, you're going to cut along these edges. Once you cut along those edges, you can iron the pieces together. And I have some here waiting. Of how that will go together. So this is one of those designs that was ironed, and it was put on the heat bond. I put it on the heat bond onto another material, and then it was cut. This part was cut out and it was traced, and then it is going to sew. All of these are put together with the same heat bond. After you peel the sides off, let me see if I have one that needs to be peeled. Right here. Each one of them, so after you cut that one, I guess I can cut it to show you how it's gonna look. So you're gonna cut off all the excess with your material scissor. Make sure that you have your scissor sharpener handy. These are good to invest in. They sharpen your scissors. You can also use tin foil. Just a regular aluminum foil that will sharpen a pinking shears or regular scissors if you don't have a sharpener handy. So then you're gonna cut onto there. Raise this up a little bit so I can show you. Okay, so as we cut it, follow the lines, and then you'll clip off all of these. Remember, you're gonna use all of these little scraps, these parts. So, wherever it falls, just make sure it stays in one pile. Then you might have a pile for on your floor for scraps. And then once you do have enough scraps, you start to have a bag that looks like this with all your different scraps from the same outfit. because you'll use those pieces down the road for different things. You might want to put mane on a horse. You might want to put maybe a dress on a dancer. You might cut out a girl dancer and she needs regalia or braids, something. Maybe you're making a tree. Any shape, any design can be appliqued onto an outfit, onto regalia. So I'm gonna just cut this so far so I can show you after, you know, it's cut out. And then you have something like this. Each of these are ironed together. I just went ahead and ironed this together. I'm gonna show you two pieces, how to iron with these scraps here. Let me just open it because I always have extra pieces everywhere. So we have, let's say we have this. I'm not, of course I picked the same color of my shirt, but I'll get under this one here so you can see. And you can see, so you can see this color. I'm not sure if you can see that on the camera. This right here, and let's say that we're gonna put another design on the inside. That one is already cut and ironed, and then we're gonna put another design on the inside of that. And let's say that we have it right here. So remember, this is all cut out. This is the pattern. This one is all cut out, and then I pre-ironed this on here. This one has the backing that's taken off, and then this is gonna sit on top of here. Then you're gonna take your iron and you're gonna press it down. Make sure you got, like, you know, not too hot of heat, but just enough to get it bind it together. And then you have it together like that. It'll stay together. And then this will be ready to be ironed onto another pattern. In this instance, or in this outfit here, this legging is cut out. This is a girl's legging. It's gonna go around the leg. This is the same way. This is the pattern. All of my designs are original. I make them myself, cut them myself, trace them myself. But with the animals, my husband does the animals. I can't do the animals. I do some of them, but that's to the extent of what I do. So I'm not sure if this can be high enough, but I'm gonna put this up as far as I can. This cool little device that holds it in place. And then I'm gonna iron it for you guys so you can see. Just iron it into place and see, this one has the heat bond on it. Oh, this one has, it's like a double bond thing. So you would have to pin it also. There's two different types of heat bond. There's interfacing and then there's heat bond. Interfacing, it just irons on one side and it stiffens the material. All of this material was used with that heat bond to keep it in place. So then we find the center of our legging here, and I'll take this off just to help you visualize how I'll find the center. See, the back has a canvas on it, so that way it's it'll be stiff. You can use different kind of material too. I think that what do they call it? Like what you bead with, the real stiff burlap, or you know, the material that the ladies use to bead the blings on. You can put that on there also. And then you would center this. So I'm going to go ahead and center this and iron the pattern on. How are we doing on time, Brian? We good? I think we're good. I'm just gonna keep going till.
Yeah, we're doing all right. Keep going.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So then after this, we're gonna go over to the machine and I'm gonna show you how to tack it down. The threads that I use are these embroidery threads, different colors. Pick your different colors. For the machines that, according to the guy at the sewing center, for the baby lock machine, that one there, you have to have the embroidery thread. In the embroidery thread, so this is my little thread box here. I just keep all my threads in here. It's pretty handy if I can get it open. I have it, as you can see that dust on there? You guys are like opening up. There you go. And that's what happens when it opens too sometimes. But I have different color threads. And then you also have your stash. I'm not going to show you my stash because it's cool, but I got the color that I wanted to share with you all. And it's already on there, 2 of the colors that are on there. You'd want to use different colors. So I want to add in something that will brighten it up and, you know, contrast. Play around with your colors and get creative. I wanted to put this green in there just to bring out a different color. And you have the liberty to change the colors according to what you want. So let me put this camera up here. And then I'm going to show you on your machine. You have, this is an old school. I mean, there's different kinds of machines, but this is the best machine that that sews my embroidery. You have all these different stitches on your ribbon skirts. You can use these different stitches. You can use that same one. I can show you on the skirt that I'm wearing. I use different stitches to tack down each color of the ribbon. And those are the colors that are on your machine. So I'm going to bring it up here, and it's still knob, you know. Some of the new machines, they have like the good old fashioned buttons and all this. And then I'm gonna maybe put it pretty close, not too close. I wanna make sure that it brings it out though. Then you thread your machine to the stitch that you need it. And I'm going to get this out. Well, there's some construction going on outside my house. You can just hear that drill. I think they're actually making a drum room or something. When you live out in South Dakota, you live on the plains, you have to be self-motivated. When you live on the reservation, you have to be self-motivated, and entrepreneurship is the name of the game. You go and get your education, go and you know, get your degree in something that you love to do. I like science, and so I finished my science degree. I started out in nursing and finished in science, but throughout all of my schooling, I sewed, and I still love to sew. And I could sew every day, all day, if I could. I just love it. So, but encourage to finish your degree, whatever you're going to school in, and never stop doing your passion. So this is my passion. So I want to do, one thing I would recommend is don't put 2 colors together. If you are, you know, I would want to put turquoise thread on here. And I thought I had one. I'm just going to run and get my turquoise thread, but I'm going to round this out with yellow to really bold that color. And then I wanted to round this in with turquoise. So I'm going to show you how to use the different colors. But so often, let me get this. And, you know, you just tack it down back and forth with that stitch. so you can see how it goes down. And that's the same color. That's how you would, you know, using the same color thread. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go so far, and then I'm gonna get the turquoise thread and show you how to mix up the colors. That's what it's all about in doing applique, is changing up your colors and changing up your stitches.
Hey, Helene, can you hear me? Let's see. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We just started. This is Helene Gaddy demonstrating applique. Helene?
Yeah,
hear me?
I'm here.
We got about 15 minutes left.
Okay, I'm just gonna show them how to do this stitch. And
Awesome.
then I'm gonna...
Yeah, you're doing great. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So you see the you see in there the cross stitch on, you know, just the regular zigzag. Now what you can do with your machine is change your thread. So I'm going to change my thread. And I'm going to put in some nice fiery orange. I'm going to change my stitch here and maybe give it a nice diamond effect, or maybe some different, you know, different colors, different shapes. Different machines have different stitches. I like this one. So let me get this hooked back up here. You guys are going to kind of wobble with the screen a little bit, but bear with me. I think as soon as this pandemic is over, everybody's going to be pretty good at this Zoom webinar stuff. Okay. So can you all see that stitch? Kind of. Maybe I should move it over a little bit, huh? What I'm gonna do, I'm using a different fluorescent orange. I like to use orange, is my favorite color. Those of you who know me know I love orange. I like shawls that are orange. I just love orange. So all the colors are pretty, but I don't know, I just love orange. So let me see if I can fix this here. Not sure if it hold up. Okay. So I'm trying to get it close as I can so you all can see. Okay. Just the same distance or the same stitch width and length. And then we're just going to go down. And give it a different look. This is how it looks when you use a different color in your stitching. Play around with your length and your height, your width of your stitch on your machine. And just get creative. Never ever think about what other people are gonna think, you know, what other people are gonna think of your outfits or of your work, because it's your art and you can make it how you want. And it's, you know, you want to be original. And sometimes you never know, you know, you'll have the same ideas as somebody else without even thinking. You know, you show up and you're ready for grand entry and you have the same color outfit, same color, and you know, it's just awesome like that. But you have your own creativity to that design and to that stitch. So see, you can see how you can use different colors with your applique and just get familiar. I'd advise you to get one of the Brother machines. They come with the CD, or they come with the online tutor to teach you how to use the machine and how to use this applique stitch, how to use all your different stitches, and then get familiar with your machine and just play around with it. It gets easier when you stitch it down. So you see how that looks in that color? So it brings out the yellow and the black. I want to bring out the turquoise, and so I'm going to hook it up with the turquoise. You can order your threads. This is a bigger thread that I got because I was getting ready to do a big project. You can order them online at sewing, I think that's called the sewingcenter.com. And then they have all these, there's this place I order a lot of my threads and a lot of my materials. It's called powwowfabrics.com. It's online, and it's Nicole Ray. She has a really nice line. She knows how to, she knows what we need as powwow, you know, as powwow dancers and regalia makers, and carries all that stuff. And that's where I get a lot of my supplies. She also has the right needles that you need. You need the embroidery needles. The regular sewing needles are going to gunk up in your machine. And that's the big thing, is making sure that you don't gunk your machine. So this stuff here, when you have multiple layers of applique, I would recommend you use the sewer's aid, and you're gonna love every single, see how this is like, I lost the lid, but I still hold it close to me and it's got corners in it. You use every corner of this because especially when you have like 4 or 5 layers on these applique projects, you don't want to gunk your machine up. And when you use a heavier heat bond, sometimes that happens. So you want to use heat bond light when you have several layers in your applique. So now I'm going to change my stitch to a different stitch, and I'm going to show you. This is changing up to turquoise, and I'm going to put some of this heat bond on here so you can see how it goes. It disappears. It might be a little oily looking, but it disappears after your outfit is done. And you can create anything you want. I'll put full pictures on here. I've seen beautiful, you know, outfits with horses and warriors riding horses, the Black Hills, you know, all these beautiful scenery, everything you can think of. Bears, you can get intricate, do faces, all that cool stuff. And that's how you sew your applique on. You can use all the different stitches. For this, I'm going to use this, and you can see how it using different color threads brings out the design. So whenever you have all these little material, these aren't from a full fabric. These are scraps from different outfits that were used. And you just save them because you might need a little piece of fabric to make this. So and let me do one more so you can see how that looks. You can put these applique on ribbon work. It's really beautiful whenever you see the ribbon skirts that are going across, and then they have applique designs on top. That's how you know, these are put on there. So that's how, let me piece them together. That's with this stitch here. And you play around with your width or the closeness of it. This one here, these are the different stitches, how they would come out, and then you can go up. So figure out your machine, find out your, you know, the preference of your machine. And then just play around with your machine. So if you look at this, I'm not sure if you can see that pretty close, but you can see how the different color threads brought out the difference between the materials in there. And then whenever you use the straight edge stitch. Some heat bonds, people will use like the thicker heat bond, the red package, and you can put your applique together with just your fabric paint and get creative with it. This one here, after this is done, after I sew this on, then this is how this will look. The same, this is the legging, so you can see, you know, like how the finished product is going to look. The same idea is going to go for the bigger designs that will go on the shawl. So with these bigger designs, it's the same concept. You take your pattern, you make it, and then you trace it. And in here you can, you know, draw a story. There might be some hummingbirds, there might be some flowers, might be some horses, all that good stuff. And use your imagination. Where you come out to having full outfits. Whenever you get into it more depth, see, like this is a water bird that came out, and my husband's the artist on this one. This is his design. And then we just put purple flowers, but the rest of all of this is thread. And be creative with your material, mix it up. You'd want to use different contrast colors. This right here is actually a Grateful Dead teddy bear material that I loved, and I had an entire shawl of it, and my niece has it now and she's styling it awesome. And be creative. Once you get your applique together, you can add different things to it. You can add your shells, you can put in, you know, different kinds of media art and make it your own. Make it your own. You're wearing it, your children are wearing it, or whoever is going to wear these outfits. So you'd want to, you know, this one here, I think maybe in a week or so, you'll see the finished product. We'll tag Brian in it at First People's Fund so you can see the horses running across the back of the shawl. But this is just the legging of it. And then you'll see, you know, they'll have the cape to it also. So, and play around, you know, you can do anything you want to do. So, does anybody have any questions? I'm not sure if there's anybody, if anybody is home sewing.
There wasn't really too many questions about the process yet. Just mostly people saying how beautiful your work is, and just real appreciative of what you're showing us today.
Oh, awesome. Well, this is what I do in my pastime, and I'm always willing to help people if they, if you want to learn, you know, just find me on Facebook, you know, and then we did some regalia classes. We didn't try anything online yet. I think that's something that, you know, as if when this pandemic, you know, we're going to be drawn into the fall, it's something that we should, you know, it would be nice if there was like a sewing circle or something online that we could share ideas. There's a lot of seamstresses out there that share ideas with each other and learn from each other.
Well, thank you very much. Do you have anything else to show us before you leave, or is that it?
That's pretty much it. I just
wanted
to share the process of how to put the applique together, the sewing process with it, and encourage everybody to have fun while you're sewing. Where we come from here in Lakota country, we have to be very creative, and you know, this is, for some of us, this is our way of income. This is our way of how, you know, how we support our family. And, you know, during this pandemic time, we actually had to, some of us had to sew our children clothes to get through. So, you know, we make it stylish, live it up, style it up, you know.
Thank you so much, Helene. We'll be looking forward to more work from you this summer, and hopefully you can come back and do some more demonstrations with us here at First People's Fun.
Sure.
Great. Thank you so much.
Doksha.
Bye. Thank you. Next, we have a special performance from Tiana Spotted Thunder. Tiana, are you ready? Are you on?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. I'll turn it over to you, and you can introduce yourself, and then just take it away. All right. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Brian. As he said, my name is Tiana Spotted Thunder. I'm an enrolled member of the Oglala Sioux tribe, and I live in Ashland, Montana. I am a 2020 artist, I guess, in business leadership fellow for this year, and I'm very grateful. I really got going on a project, and it's getting a little bit slow because of the COVID situation, but it will be out this year, and it's really exciting for me. So I'd really like to share a few songs from the release that's coming up. And the first song is it's called Dancer's Prayer, and the songs really come to me, I guess, as you know, something really sacred to me. So this song is just a really good encouragement song for yourself, and you can sing it whenever you feel like you need to pep yourself up. this next song is I guess I can call it my social distancing song now, because the song, it means later again, I will hold you forever in my heart. I will miss you until I see you again. So that's what this song means, and obviously you could use that too as sing to your sweetheart or whatever, you know. Chante mashije, ohinia, chante ochignake, doksha ake, doksha ake. I will miss you until we meet again. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, hey, yeah, 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 oh, hey, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, hi, oh, hey, hi, oh, hey, hey, hi, oh, hey. Ay, oh, hey, hi, oh, hey, ay, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Chande mashiche, oh, hinia, chande ochignake, doksha ake, ay, hi, oh, hey, doksha ake. I will miss you until we meet again. Ay, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Thank you. And this next song is a hand game song. I grew up playing hand games, and you know, that's what really molded me into my culture and everything like that, even into singing. So I'd really like to share a hand game song I made with you guys. Thank you. And I'm coming up on my last song, and this song is for my grandma, Regina Brave, and also for Grandmother Earth, and all the grandmothers who want to protect our earth and our ways. Way ha ho hey yo ha ho hey yo ha ho hey Unchi makhat rechi khila hey Lichoni maya kuya hey Unchi kiyo nawaji hey Unchi makhat rechi khila hey Wichoni maya kueo hey Unchi kiyo nawaji Thank you, Brian, for inviting me, and thank you to First Peoples Fund for hosting this event. Also to Helene, shout out to her and her beautiful work. I'll see you. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Tiana. Can anybody find your work online? Did you mention that before?
Yes, I do have my first album online on all platforms, you know, Amazon, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, everything like that. And then I have my videos that I've posted to YouTube. Also, Bandcamp is also a good way to online stream my music and find other artists that I sing with, like other drum groups such as Mighty Arrows and even other releases online, you know, other powwow CDs. Definitely look for them out there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you coming on today and sharing your amazing gifts with us.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay. Well, have a good evening, and hopefully we'll have you back again soon in the near future. Thank you so much.
Yep. Thanks. See ya.
All right. Good night. Bye. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight for our Saturday Art Live. I want to thank both Helene and Tiana for sharing their amazing, beautiful gifts with us. It was just awesome. Just all of that was awesome. Just seeing the creativity and both mediums, both forms of storytelling. We cannot get enough of that right now, and I think that's what we need to help us get through our days. Please check back with First Peoples Fund on our Facebook page and on our website at firstpeoplesfund.org to find out more about upcoming events, Native Artist Professional Development Training, webinars, and other good to know resources. Also, please follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter is First Peoples Fund. That's spelled with a 1, First Peoples Fund, and the same for Instagram. And you can also, like I said, visit us at www.firstpeoplesfund.org to find out more about our programs, resources, and upcoming events. And I just want to thank everyone who tuned in this evening. Please take care of one another and be safe out there. And also let us all continue to celebrate our creative voices. Good night.